Well, it's time for the Good Catch Fishing Report. Red tide continues to impact our area, meaning you need to be mindful where you go fishing. And the guy who knows everything about it is Captain Dylan Hubbard. He's live with us now. Hey, Dylan, how you doing?
Hey, Russell, how are you this morning?
We're good. We're good here. Thank you. Well, let's do a red tide update, and then we'll talk about what's biting.
Well, red tide's fairly bleak around the area right now inside Johns Pass. It's gotten pretty thick, and unfortunately, this westerly pattern that we're going to have wind-wise is going to make it more concentrated along our beaches and intercoastal waterways. Luckily, Tampa Bay has kind of subsided a little bit, especially up in northern Tampa Bay. Hearing some good reports of plentiful bait and actually some schools of redfish moving around the flats and mangrove shorelines. But unfortunately, along our beaches with worsening conditions, it's kind of pushing those fish into certain pockets. If you're lucky enough to find one of those cleaner pockets of water, the fish have been very stacked up and concentrated, just trying to find a little pocket of fresh water. So time will tell where it goes from here, Russell.
Yeah, I know. Well, let's just get started and tell me what you're seeing out there in terms of what is biting and what's going on near shore.
Well, inshore, there's still a few snook around. I know one local pass up to our north has been holding a big concentration of fish, like I mentioned. If you can find that clean pocket of water, you can find those fish actively feeding. But inshore right now, the oxygen environment is so low, a lot of anglers are opting to move near shore or offshore to give those inshore fish a break and let them try to get out of the way of this red tide event, or fishing to our north outside of the viewing area, just outside of that viewing area. We've got clean water and healthy fisheries just north of us. So that's one option if you want to fish inshores, going up there to like Hernando, north of that, Newport Richey. But near shore, we're seeing a great bite of fish, especially those red grouper around 70, 80, 90 foot of water. We're seeing plentiful red grouper along that flat, hard bottom. Those potholes of smaller ledges are holding very actively feeding red grouper. Live bait's almost impossible to get near shore and offshore right now, because even if you can find it, once you put it on the boat and you try to transverse this red tide event, unfortunately the live bait doesn't really make it too well. But shrimp does survive. They actually do pretty well in this water. So the shrimp you can get out there, and they've been working well for the mangrove snapper. We've been seeing some nice lane snapper. Anywhere near shore, about 60 to 100 foot of water is a great place to target for plentiful snapper, maybe a few red grouper. Hogfish bite's been a little bit soft because of this warmer water, but as it cools down, we'll see that increase. Offshore, red snapper season's still going on for a few more days, and we're really excited for a good ending to our red snapper season. Our biggest one of the season came up this week, just over 22 pounds. We've been seeing big gag grouper, some fat red grouper, and a couple scamp grouper mixed in there too. The mangrove snapper action has been steady offshore, and also the pelagics have really heated up lately. We've been seeing a lot of tuna, a few mahi-mahi, a consistent kingfish bite, and even a few wahoo mixed in as well. So the near shore and offshore bite's definitely where it's at right now. Get out there, get away from this red tide event, and enjoy some beautiful time on some cleaner waters.
All right. You know, Dylan, I've been traveling a lot. I haven't seen you in a few weeks, but you know, here's the weekend, and all this stuff that these projects just stacked up, and I've got so much to do this weekend. I'm just so busy.
Well, don't forget, Russell, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too darn busy, and it's good to have you back. I'm tired of being stuck with Dave.
Oh! Wow, that hurt. That hurt all the way through.
Is that the best he's got?
That's no. I'm not getting in the middle of this. I'm not getting.
That was for last week, Dave.
Dylan, take care. We'll talk soon. We love you. Bye.
See you guys.